Okay, so we've got entrance hallway, is this switch. It's going to go down there. Middle of the ground floor hallway, which is going to go there. That's going to be the downstairs lights, that's going to be the upstairs lights, all Quinetic. And then this switch is going to go at the top of the stairs up there, so you can see it, which will do downstairs and upstairs, both Quinetic. But I'm just going to set them all up, program them all up. It's a solution to a genuine problem us electricians have. I absolutely love the Quinetic stuff. There is cheap alternatives like Energy, but this, in my opinion, is best. So we're going to put them, I think it's 3 seconds, press and hold for 3 seconds. You can see I've done a little slot to fit the driver. Just slot it up. I don't want to push it all the way in, just enough, because you've got some depth on this light fitting here. I want to have it so you can thumb it and grab it with your fingers and pull it back down for inspection testing processes as well. And for maintenance, in case you ever need to mess about with them, you can see, luckily for me, there was 2 cables at that one and 1 cable at this one. CPC is terminated, it's double insulated. So I put the CPC back in a Wago for testing purposes. Again, here I've done a little slot on the joist, a little slot so I can push that driver up, not all the way, just so like maybe an inch, just to sit inside the light fit in there, so you can pull it down for future maintenance and inspection and testing. This is what I did yesterday. So I replaced the consumer unit, formed in the ICR, thermal derating, hence why there's modular blanks between all the circuits. Only a couple of issues which I managed to repair on the day, which was a loose connection, which I'll post a picture about from one of the lights, which gave me a 12,000 ohm, kilo ohm, sorry, R1, R2 for the downstairs, and no earth socket, but it's simply a CPC terminal had been popped out of the terminal. So yesterday I replaced the consumer unit, the ICR, and did this light, which is, there's a socket on the reverse of this wall. I sunk in a unswitched 3 amp fuse connection unit, chased. So this is 150 plus the light switch, so I'm in the zone. So that's 150 to there, and that, hence why I've drilled from the outside. There's the new light, drilled into my chase, and then I filled it just with a bit of an easy fill for now. It still obviously needs a top coat and a fine sand and stuff, but I've split it there in case the client ever wants to isolate it or turn it into a switch supply. So just a rundown of what I've been doing yesterday and today. And I've got to do Quinetic light on the top floor up there as well, up on that one, because the client can't switch currently, has to come in the front door and come all the way down the hallway to here to turn the lights on in the hallway. So I'm changing the lights and turning them into a switched, wireless switches, so they can do it from all the positions. All I've had to do is just link out the line and switch line in here to energize this and give it a permanent supply, which you can see on the drivers now. They've got the Quinetic drivers now have got wireless, screwless terminals, which is obviously fantastic. So now they have a feed in and a feed out, which is what they didn't have in the earlier models. If you look. So anyway, back to business. Let's put them into pairer mode. So I've got a pair with the downstairs lights. I've got a pair, this switch, and this switch. I've got to put both drivers into pairer mode at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Cool. I'll take the switch with me. The same here. 1, 2, 3. So it flashes. Right, and then pair this switch. It should be paired with both of those. They should come on at the same time. There we go. On, off, on, off. Cool. And that Quinetic switch is just going to sit down by the, hard to see the light here. That's going to be down here by the front door. So when they come in, they can flick the lights on. Okay, the next switch is going to be this one, which is, focus in. We're going to have, this is going to be downstairs, that's going to be upstairs. In my opinion, that makes more sense. When you're about to go upstairs, you turn the right hand one on to make your way up. So we're going to program this switch. We have to put them in learning mode again. 1, 2, 3. And this one. If you don't do them at the same time, you'll turn up, it'll work like a two-way, flicking them off and on, which is something I learned the hard way. Right, both into pairer mode. So flick them, press to connect, and now they should both come on. Lovely. Fantastic. And then the last one, so that will sit there. And the last one is this one. It's going to be the upstairs. Let's put it into there we are, into parent mode. Into parent mode. Flashing parent mode. Flick it on. Let's connect to the drivers. Should be able to see it in this view here. Right, connected, and then boom. So now, if I have all three switches, this is a solution to a problem, especially in these old houses in Bristol, these old Victorian terraced houses. They have these long corridors and the switches at midpoint. It's such a, without causing too much disruption, you can create like the full, two-way and intermediate style switching. So hopefully now you'll be able to see me. So these are all wireless Kinetic switches. They're all programmed now to suit these two downstairs hallway lights. So hopefully I should go off and on, off, on, off, on. They're all fitted now. I'm just going to put I think there's some little round like glass diffusers to go on them. And then I'm going to do the upstairs and then program the right hand switches to do the landing light. I've done a whole rewire with them. But where possible, I would rather have a wire from A to B. However, this is a genuine solution to a problem when it's the odd bit of like switching in a house or an extension or something like that. And you don't want to make too much, the client, it's all finished. And you don't want to make too much disruption to the house with chasing and stuff like that, lifting boards if the floors are already down. I would definitely go for this Kinetic. I think they sell it at TLC. I think it's the only place they sell it, to be honest. You can see, done a little hole there. CPCs just poking outside. There's not enough room to get 3 CPCs in a Wago in the actual transmitter himself. So in my opinion, this is not a problem at all. Some of you may disagree with it. So I'll screw these lights up so they're all done. And I'll put that light switch on, and then we'll do the upstairs and program that. But, oh, actually, and one other issue there was, the spotlights down here, I've been wiring a bit of 2.5, and the switch line, if I do get I did take a picture, I think. The switch line, the CPC was used as a switch line, so I did have to make some holes. So I had to cut out 3 holes to get to the junction boxes where there clearly was a builder or DIY had joined on to the 1mm feed and put it in, and then ran 2.5mm round to the spotlights and to the fan. And they wanted obviously a run-on timer fan, so they put the earth as the CPC, as the switch line, which is obviously a no-no. So I've sorted that out as well as part of the EICR and the board upgrade. The client has also provided some of the best cookies I have tasted in a long time. Oh. Mmm. 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 Okay, so even when the power has tripped, the transmitters auto reconnect, or they remember, which is brilliant. So you don't have to worry when you tell a client about. They always ask, "Oh, what happens when the power trips?" It will still connect. It's very rare for me to have to reconnect. So I'm going to take these two upstairs into the loft. Because I've just connected. I done a new cable from that light. Client's keeping that light, and we're going to connect up. Loft light might work now. I've got the power back on. There we are. So, I set myself up just here. So, let me climb over and tell you what I've done. So, at the pendant in the landing, it was a loop in, loop out, switch wire, etc., etc. So I had to do a little junction box, a Wago box there. Hello. And because we're in a loft here, we're in a loft. There's no point in doing like a slot to push it up because you can access it from the loft. In my opinion, obviously, if they bored over, if they had boarded over, I would have just cut a hole from below. But no point doing it if you don't need to. So now, these are the two. These are the two downstairs. Well, the two hallway and landing. Left hand side is going to be the that is currently the downstairs. So I'm going to program the right hand side. So get our kinetic receiver. 3. Our kinetic driver. We'll put it into pair mode. 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to program the right hand side. Hopefully that's connected. Hopefully that's on and off. Right, pair mode again. Right hand side mode. Connected. On, off. So hopefully we should be able to. Just got to put a screw and a cable tie in there. Now the landing light is just there, so hopefully now the right hand side of both these switches, both wireless kinetic switches, I'm going to go on, off, on, off, and the left hand side does the downstairs hallway light. So what is it all the other quombles say at the beginning of their videos? Oh, welcome back to the channel, but also like they do this thing where they're like, roll the credits, whoa, yeah, woo, woo, flash, 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 lights, lights, lights. I haven't got time for that, mate. You know what, the 10 o'clock news, not loose women. Hopefully, upstairs, upstairs, and then downstairs, downstairs. All 3 positions now, with no extra wires downstairs, no extra cabling, and then that one does upstairs, and then this hallway now does, yeah, so the front. So now when they come in, the client can turn the lights on, carry all the bags of shopping, not in complete darkness. Right, I'll tidy up and get on.